that you? Oh, thank heavens. I thought I would never find you. And where have you been? I told you not to wander off. Apologize. Whatever for? Why, you ungrateful rusty. I've a good mind to leave without me. You wouldn't dare. Oh, all right, if it will make you act reasonably. I apologize. What for? You know very well what for. You're the one. Oh, very well. I apologize for calling you names. Yes, all of the names. Now, let's get home before our parcels run down. R2, where are you? Hey, over here! R2D2, get over here at once. This is no time for your foolishness. Follow you? Why should I do that? Bucket of boats. How dare you call me that? I should have you deactivated. Fine. Go that way, you nearsighted scrap-pad. You'll soon wish he'd listened to me, that malfunctioning little rust bucket.
R2D2, C3PO. Those are two droids I'd like to see in my supermarket. How about you? This is Will. This is your Tech Trek. And we're talking droids. That's real droids, real life droids in your supermarket. Or wherever. Maybe in your Target, your Walmart, your Walgreens, your CVS, your Stop and Shop, wherever you shop. Wherever you get your food and your belongings and your unmentionables. If the droids, if the robots are not in your store yet, trust me, they're coming for you. So yes, this is Will. This is your Tech Trekker, your Tech Trek. And yesterday, I was delighted. I emphasize again, I was delighted to meet my first droid in a supermarket. I don't know if I was delighted. I was a little surprised as I wheeled my cart around to get my bagels and cold cuts and my Reds burrito, Canadian bacon Reds burrito. I stumbled upon or almost crashed into a droid. It almost crashed into me. It was going pretty slow though, and it was I guess it was very responsible, as droids would go. Of course, for my droid experience, or preferred droid experience, I'd like to see and hear R2D2 and C3PO fighting away, arguing away. Wouldn't that be great? You go to your ShopRite, your Pathmark, your wherever, your Stop and Shop, and boom, R2D2 and C3PO, and they're R2, and they're arguing. R2 cursing in his robot language. And you're navigating to get your ice cream or your bottled water, and there they are. That's what I want to see. Do I want to see the one I saw in ShopRite called Tally? Kind of boring and sort of in the way. But that's really, the emphasis I want to put on the podcast tonight about droids, about robots in the stores, invading our retail spaces, invading all our public spaces, I guess soon. I guess next they'll be in diners and restaurants and, clothing stores, shoe stores. They'll be fitting you with your new tennis shoes and boots and such. But I wanted to emphasize the people's reactions, my fellow shoppers in the store, in the ShopRite, when they saw Tally. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh, what is that? Because at first I was like, first I thought it was like a little, kiosk, like a mini kiosk for information, because I saw the screen. It has a little, screen, a little monitor, and like little eyes blinking or whatever, giving information. And I said, oh, I guess that's like an information kiosk to find items or price checker or something. And then it started to move. I was like, okay, it's a price checker on wheels. And then I realized, I read the sign and said, hi, I'm Tally, and I'm working in the store or whatever, checking the inventory. And I was like, oh, okay, robot, here we go. It's happened, couldn't hold back, can't hold back the flood anymore, right? It's happening. And So, I looked at it a couple, seconds. It was okay, kind of interesting. And then I parked my cart alongside, the sort of end cap of the aisle there. And I said, let me watch people as they encounter Tally. My little sort of surveillance and monitoring of the situation, and to see how the people react. Little people watching, a little psychological observation there. And I got to say, most of the people were annoyed. They were like raising their eyes, rolling their eyes, and like, and navigating around it. Now, it wasn't a hindrance. It was slow, and it seemed to, navigate, and has very good, I guess, electronic eyes and, stabilization and such. To me, it almost reminded me of like a Roomba, like a, robot vac, but much bigger with a screen. And I guess that technology that's been in Roombas, robot vacuums for years now, I would imagine they employ that with the Tally, with the shopping bot or the inventory clerk bot. So what went through my mind most of all? Well, I said, well, there's one less job, one less inventory clerk, I guess. Maybe even more. I don't know, because maybe you can do other things besides inventory. And then, but the main sort of focus for me was watching other people, seeing how they reacted to it. And again, they were very annoyed. And like, oh, what is this? Well, I think one person even said, what the fuck is this? And I think what also went through my mind, and I'm sure it's mostly done at night, meaning I would think they would employ these droid bots, this army of, inventory checkers at night, late or even overnight. Why this one was out during the day, this was just about noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And granted, again, it wasn't really a hindrance. It wasn't impeding people's, shopping, experience and, getting items and such. But I was like, well, shouldn't this be at night? Shouldn't, Tally be working overnight? Because even when you go, into a supermarket later, I've always seen more sort of inventory clerks that are human than, morning or afternoon, because there's going to be less people, especially very close, I guess, to closing. And then the overnight hours where they're stocking out and they're actually putting new stock for the next day and cleaning up for the morning, opener. So, I guess it's not, sort of, mandatory for them to keep Tally an overnight, thing, but I would think mostly it is, but maybe they was just trying it out, or they feel so confident that, Tally and his bot brethren can walk around and roll around and not be a big nuisance to people and get the job done. So I guess while Tally isn't absolutely new with that technology, because I think stores like Walmart have sort of greeters or informational bots, again, that are sort of rolling around to say, hey, do you need help with, finding an item? And, or, some directions somewhat to the store, department, such. But this was truly working as a, human would, even though a greeter and an informational, I guess, worker too. But this was really walking, rather rolling around, the aisles and, doing an inventory clerk's job. So, brave new world. Here we are. 2023. Here come the droids. So, and I was also thinking Star Wars, specifically in ways, all science fiction, Star Trek, Lost in Space, even Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, all these, and of course, comic books and novels have all kind of almost prepared us for this. Because if you're a science fiction fan, if you've been reading or watching sci-fi for years, you know that robots, the bot armies, the bot boys are pretty much, everywhere. And with Star Wars, of course, with R2D2, right? With C3PO and R2D2, that great little duo, for years now, we've appreciated and laughed and felt, warm, fuzzy feelings about them. And I think, of course, that will translate, I guess, to, the public's, reception and awareness of these bots. And maybe that is one of the reasons why most people, even, when I saw them yesterday, and weren't just kind of freaking out, because for the longest time we've had, robots in pop culture and science fiction, and now we can appreciate and experience, encounter them in real life. Isn't that great? That's it, my friends. I'm sure you'll be, encountering them as well anytime soon. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you enjoy robots because they're coming. And I hope you enjoy subscribing to Sci-Fi Guy and Tech Trek. We're free. We're always free. There is a paid people. There's a paid tier, $4.99. Get some nice exclusives if either or. Keep on, messaging and interacting and feedbacking us. We love hear from you. We love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the bots, the bot boys, the bot army coming. And we'll see you soon.